Bill Gillette, a junior high school teacher in California's Orange County, was one of those teachers everyone liked until last May when he was arrested for sexually abusing one of his students. The charges were finally dropped, but his life has never been the same. On After 8 this morning, we examined the personal devastation that false accusations of sexual child abuse can cause. And we ask a question: has the media created a hysteria that has marked the innocent along with the guilty? Along with Bill Gillette, we have Paul Wallen, an Orange County attorney who has represented 40 teachers accused of sexually abusing students. And good morning, both of you. Bill, first of all, would you tell us briefly what happened last May?
One morning, one of my students came up to me in the hallway and said that she was going to get me. I reported the incident to one of our advisors, and at that time, he came back down to the classroom and said there'll probably be a police investigation on the matter. At that time, I called the police department and told them I'd like to come down and discuss the matter with them. They said, no problem, Bill, we'll set up an appointment with you on Monday about 3 o'clock. And at that time, my principal said, why don't you go ahead and take the rest of the day off? So I stopped by the union office to check with them, and they advised me not to get an attorney, that this matter will be settled over the weekend. We'd call in the parent, the principal, the police, and we'd get it all taken care of. Monday morning, my wife and I are on our way to go to the store. I was putting my little girl in the car. She's about 15 months old. And two plainclothes policemen came up and arrested me, handcuffed me right in my driveway. I didn't even have, I couldn't even take my little girl back in the house or anything, and took me on down to jail.
What was the specific charge?
Child molesting.
And you were accused not just by one girl, but by 4.
Yes, Paul would be, he can handle that
Take
a
it.
little bit
Right.
easier.
What happened was the police attempted, the Orange Police Department, for some unknown reason, to apparently try to destroy this man's life. They arrested this man and held a news conference before 10 million people that saw it in Southern California, accusing him of molesting 4 separate girls. And they had not bothered to check with 3 of those girls.
Who later...
Oh, we were able in a matter of 10 days to find out that the charges were all false. We contacted the district attorney's office. Luckily, we got him out of jail quickly, and from that point on, everything went better for Mr. Gillette, only because the Orange County District Attorney's Office would not be pressured by the Orange Police Department, knowing that a civil lawsuit might be coming up, but saw the writing on the wall and allowed him to go free.
Does everyone concede now that Bill Gillette was an innocent man?
Yes.
How common is this?
You'd be surprised. We get between 5 and 10 calls a week in our office from people in Mr. Gillette's situation. We've represented 10 people in the last year, a principal, 3 teachers, fathers embroiled in child custody disputes with their wives that are falsely accused of this for various reasons.
We have a problem. Also joining us to talk about it is William O'Malley, district attorney from Plymouth, Massachusetts. What is the solution to the problem?
I think that any investigation, any prosecution has got to be conducted responsibly, and it sounds to me like the district attorney's office in Orange County, by the account here, was responsible.
Your concern is that we'll lose the advocacy of the children if we then tilt in favor of the adults.
Well, it's very important to keep in mind that a child is the most vulnerable of all possible victims, that physical or particularly sexual abuse of a child devastates that child irreparably.
But when there's a benefit of a doubt, who gets it?
Well, our system is such that a person is always presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
In fact, Bill, in your case, your record was expunged. Is that the word?
That's correct.
Erased. You have no record. Legally, it never happened.
Legally.
Now, what more do you want?
I would like just to see, like, for instance, the Orange Police Department take proper steps in doing an investigation. All these type of things should be investigated. There's no getting around that. But I think that they should have thoroughly looked at everything before the steps they took happened.
They should have investigated before they arrested. They should have investigated before they had the
I think it all could have
news
been handled
conference.
discreetly, and then that way my face wouldn't have been plastered all over the...
You have represented, as you say, 40 other teachers or principals in such cases. They're more often settled fairly than this, aren't they?
No, but what you're forgetting that's critical is that once it hits the media, once these people have a news conference, you and I both know that tremendous numbers of people are always going to believe this poor man did something, when in fact he did nothing. That's the problem we have with the hysteria with the McMartin case in Los Angeles and some going on in New York. People are not judging each case separately. They're assuming someone accused of child molest is guilty.
You mean you're assuming that our viewers look at this man and think,
Absolutely.
might be guilty?
Some will say that, because that's just how human nature is, because of the hysteria of what's going on. It's very difficult now to get a fair trial for a person accused of this crime.
Bill, why can't you go back to the classroom?
The main thing is I just don't want to be set up for the same thing happening again. I'm going to miss teaching. I'm on a leave of absence right now, and I'm just, you know, searching right now for another career. Not sure what I really want to do yet. But at this point, like I said, I can't go back into the classroom. I will miss the kids, because I do like working with them.
Well, it is a dilemma, and thank you for sharing it with us, putting it on the agenda, and thank you as well. We'll be back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.